What's up, everybody? It's Brandon. I'm back with another knee-jerk reaction review, and this one, of course, is on episode 4 of Dexter. This one, we didn't get a whole lot in terms of, like a million things flying at you at once, but we did get one specific thing regarding Harrison that has made this very, very interesting. And that one specific thing is kind of what I touched on in episode 3. It looks like Harrison might just have the dark passenger after all, and Dexter is becoming hip to this knowledge. As, just like I said in the last episode, now we don't have the full details yet. We don't know if he was trying to obey the code or what he was trying to do, but Harrison, I had brought up, maybe he tries to even take out this Ethan kid. And that's kind of what he did here. He basically made it look like Ethan came in and was going to shoot up the school, and then he stabbed himself and made it look like Ethan came at him when he tried to stop him and say, "Don't shoot up the school." Well, Dexter, as I said, is, he's hip to this kind of thing. He's done a few scenarios like this himself, you could say. And he immediately, being the blood spatter analyst, was like, this shit just doesn't match up at all. And he was even piecing it together to the point where he was questioning Harrison. And Harrison, of course, and smartly so, why is my dad on my case in such a hectic, crazy moment that is traumatizing for me? For a normal kid, it's a good way to get out of the situation. But you can see it in his eyes like he wants no parts of this conversation. And I got to tell you, I ate it up when he was telling everybody. He's like, he came at me and stabbed me. I don't remember exactly how it happened, and he had tears in his eyes. I could see Dexter like just seeing himself in that moment, like, oh my God, like that is me. That's not just my son, that is fucking my son, but that is me lying. That is what I've looked like all these years in this moment, in these moments, acting as if something else was going on. So I love seeing Harrison in that way. Now, I wasn't the biggest fan of this actor, that they have playing Harrison. I didn't dislike him, but I didn't really love him either, so I was kind of in between, and I wanted to love him if it was going to be like a full-grown Harrison. But I did say from the beginning there was this element of like he could go dark. It looks like he could just as easily play like the happy, wouldn't hurt a fly kid, just as easily as he could turn it up to 11 and be downright sick and scary, a downright psycho. And now we're starting to see that side. They're slowly peeling that back, and it's really interesting that they did that. When I was throwing out all those theories and shit, I didn't necessarily think this was going to go bam as soon as this episode basically started. And it seems to be that this all stemmed and triggered from him hearing, I forget her name, the girl that's the podcaster that has came into town. She's like the best true crime podcaster, and she was covering the Trinity killer. Oh yeah, that name's back in the fold. And he's sitting there listening, and then he's like getting impatient to the point he just wants to hear the end. And the girl, the Asian lady that has the podcast, is like, and he went off grid on this one, killing the girl neighbor next door. There was also a mom, and get this, there was a baby born in blood, of course, being Harrison. And that's basically what this episode just, really focuses on, because that sent Harrison into a spiral. Maybe in that moment he couldn't control it. And what is Dexter thinking now? Because he knows, but he can't just come out and push him away. He's got to fucking manage this. He's going to have to. And then the other question I'm having more than anything is like, how are they going to wrap this up? I'm serious. I don't see, if they're just doing the 10 episodes, people, I don't see how they're going to make everybody happy. I was happy at the end of the original ending, the 8th season ending. Everybody else wasn't. Here, I'm sure I could even find, at least some semblance of happiness here. I'm glad they brought it back, even though I liked the ending season 8. But overall, season 8 wasn't the best season, and it deserved more. But how do they wrap this up? If Dexter tries to go away again, now he's got a fucking serial killer for a child. He can't just abandon him. If they both go away, or it ends on them like murdering together, and Deb's just like, oh my God, we're just this murderous family. I lost. I couldn't talk any sense into Dexter. That's going to feel horrible. And if Dexter like kills them both, that's going to feel horrible. If Dexter offs himself and Harrison, he just leaves a serial killer in the world, or if he just kills Harrison, then I just don't, what avenue do they take here? even if like it's in 6 episodes, it's like, you know the code now, so you're good and we're free. It's not going to be believable to me. I don't see how they fucking patch that up in 6 episodes. Plus, you know it's not going to just, at the very beginning, like, I know what happened, and there's just going to be like, oh, you did? And then they're going to be happy and they're going to jump right into it. Even if that happens, it's probably going to take at least one more episode to dive into that all the way to where he can earn Harrison's trust all the way. So that's 5 episodes left. I don't see how they wrap this all up in one season, people, and make people happy. Because it seems like every direction I'm turning in my mind, and them getting locked up, who wants to fucking see that? I don't know. I really think the ending to the original Dexter, call me crazy, was like the best for him. But, you know, I'm retarded, I guess. I don't know. I get it, people. I'm very much in the minority. But I'm sitting here now that we're about like halfway through. I'm like, damn, like what path do they take to just appease the fucking majority here? Because, you know, shows seem to care about that more than ever now. They want to make it right. People want to come back. Or even doing that with movies now. Like Halloween, let's start over from the beginning. Texas Chainsaw Massacre, same thing. It's just, I don't know, it's the era we're in, which I'm fine with. Hell yeah, dude. More of my favorite, you know, characters. But still, that's something I'm very interested in, seeing how they wrap this up. Because I'm like, damn, only 6 episodes left, and they got to figure this out? Shit. Also, there was an also. But of course, I forgot about it amongst all this. I did get a kick out of the scene where Deb, you know, is just in complete denial that Harrison could possibly be doing this. And she's sitting there just like, oh, you're just upset and jealous that he actually turned out okay. And you're sitting there rolling your eyes like, bitch, you don't see, do you? And she's saying this shit, and she's all like, you know, I don't know where it's a bunch of Debs throwing a parade for like Dexter, you know, to like just throw the sarcasm in his fucking face. I love that shit. Classic Deb. The other thing, too, that we got through all this is while they're back at the school, Harrison finally decides to go back, and they're all congratulating him because they're looking at him as, like, a hero. He seems to have that look in his eyes, almost like maybe there is a little bit of remorse. He even gives Ethan, like, you know, his moment to shine. Like, also, you shouldn't pick on fucking kids. And he says there's a dark side and a light side. So that makes you wonder, like, damn, maybe that dark passenger is legit. He lost it in that moment and took it out on the only person he saw he could get away with it. He took advantage of a situation, but maybe necessarily didn't want to. So that'll be interesting. What the fuck's his name? God dang it, I'm the worst with names. The main killer looks like he's got himself another victim on the horizon. You know, he's been paying girls bus fare, all this shit. And he's like, you know what? I tell you what I can give you. I can't give you money, but I can give you a waitress job. And the next thing you know, he's taking her back to the same house that he killed the first girl that was kind of a drifter in. So we're about to see how that goes down. That'll be interesting. You know, some more fucking killings. There's not enough of it. I sound like a creep, but you know what we're here for. Okay, maybe I don't miss the killing that much. I don't want to make people think I'm a psychopath. And another thing, Harrison. He went to go visit the family of Ethan, and there's a moment where, like, the dad, you know, is like, look, the mom was kind of rude. He's like, she's kind of rude right now, and we appreciate everything you did. You definitely should have came to us. And he, like, walks away, and he's just like, but I will tell you this. I need you to stay the fuck out of our lives. You do not ever fucking come around us again. You hear me? And there's a look on Harrison's face that's just like, oh, shit. Like, you know, he's like, okay, that how it's going to be then? Makes you wonder. And then, of course, also want to go kind of circle back around to when Harrison's giving his speech at, you know, the pep rally of, you know, don't bring guns to school shit, for lack of a better term. Harrison is giving that speech, and Dexter's just rummaging around through all of Harrison's belongings because he just knows now. He knows he's done it. He's got to find something. And he comes across a flashlight, and he shakes it up, and it doesn't quite sound like batteries. And he opens the flashlight up, and it's a straight razor, just like Trinity had. So now you're over here like, oh, shit. Like, what does this mean exactly? And Deb's even behind him like, born in blood, just like you. It's finally syncing up for her. And then also, Dexter kind of has a moment. I thought he was going to, like, kiss the knife and get sad, but, you know, like, sometimes laughter and tears could almost look the same. Yeah, like, I couldn't tell if he was, like, looking up after, like, putting the knife to his face, like, oh, the humanity, or he was, like, like, almost, like, kind of, like sad but happy at the same time. Like, I got a serial killer kid. I have someone who's just like me. Maybe, you know, I at the end of the day think Dexter wants the best. That's why he made the decision in season 8. Even if that's not the ending anymore, that still happened. It's still a part of canon. So we've seen him make decisions for the greater good, but that doesn't mean there's not a bit of selfishness in there. So maybe he is kind of happy about this. I don't know, guys. There's just a lot of questions still lingering around, but the main point of this episode and all I wanted to just full on dive into is Harrison. What is going on with Harrison? And when it is all said and done and it ends, maybe that is the only way it works, because next we get a show called Harrison. I've seen a lot of people say this. I've been saying it for years. It doesn't make me special. I didn't copy off anybody. But, I mean, it's kind of, you know, what if his kid grows up? We use the name Dexter. That's his first name. If his kid had a show, it would be maybe his first. It would just call it Harrison. It's an easy conclusion to come to. But, yeah, I mean, that might be the best route. And we get more fucking Dexter-like vibes, and maybe even Michael C. Hall is fucking his Harry. I don't fucking know, people. I'm excited. I don't know. Is it really only 6 episodes? God dang it. Anyways, I love y'all. Let me know what y'all thought of episode 4. 6 episodes, people. Jesus. Peace.